Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Rise. This is a sports film. Yeah, you can pretty much tell from any of the other graphics you might have seen that isn't this. Weirdly enough, they just showed them along the beaches of Greece on a bicycle. And it seems to have nothing to do with basketball, which is what this is all about. And honestly, if you know the NBA, if you know basketball, well, you already know what the story is about. You know where it started and you know how it ends and is continuing to this day. This is about the family of Antetokounmpo. I had to practice pronouncing that, and I probably still murdered it, but I had practiced that pronunciation a number of times. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Well, it tells the story of Charles and Veronica, a husband and wife who are from Nigeria, but have gone off to Turkey and are in hiding there from the police who are rousting all immigrants from that land, often by force. It sounds familiar to. Apparently, it's not just a thing that on this side of the hemisphere likes to do. This side of the world. Everybody seems to have problems with immigrants, even though, like, our basic motto for America here is, hey, come on in, bring us, you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry, whatever. Anyway, this is not about America. In fact, America doesn't even figure into the story until maybe the last half hour of the film. This is a story about this young couple who, by the way, in the first 10 minutes of the film, do not have any dialogue at all, but you see them throughout. You see their struggle, you see what they're dealing with, and what they are prepared to do in order to escape being captured and sent back to a place where they have no future, really, I guess. Although they do have a secret that I will not reveal here, that you'll learn later in the film, if you don't already know the story. But as they escape Turkey into Greece, in Greece they find a new life, and they have 4 boys during that time. They have 4 sons, 2 of which start picking up this thing called basketball. Yeah, they all know football, soccer. They all know football, but they don't necessarily know basketball, despite the fact that they're both at least 6 feet, 6.5, almost 7 feet tall, it's a whole thing. It becomes their lives, let's just say. And I mean, there's always that risk. They always run that risk of being exposed. Be too public, be too visible, and the police may find you, and they may kick you out of the country, send you back to where you came from. Apparently, that's where things. There's reasons that people leave these places. It's not what certain presidents seem to think that they're meant to do. In any case, at the end, I shouldn't say at the end of this. Of course, obviously, basketball starts getting into their lives, and they get good. And well, you get to see their struggles in trying to create a place where they can call home. Parents struggling. Charles and Veronica, they've spent their entire life kind of running as a couple, and not from anything illegal, it's a whole thing. You have to see the movie. At one point, they try to become legal within Greece, and the woman who's taking care of them is pretty much like, oh, well, you need a solid job in order for them to give you a work visa. Okay, but people won't give them a job unless they have a home. And they can't get a home unless they have a job. And they can't get a job unless they have a home. And so, like, nothing is official, and it's all circular. And I'm sure I'm not telling this to anybody who has ever immigrated anywhere. I'm not telling anybody anything new. That's just the way it works. There's a system in place in so many countries where it just keeps people in limbo, in circles. And while they try, some try, genuinely try. Some people pretend to try. It's their job to pretend to try. Things go nowhere. So, what's their way out? Well, could their son or sons become basketball players? That might maybe get them some kind of foothold. Maybe give them official visas, give them official papers, everything they need. Maybe. Well, of course, this is a story. Like every one of these sports stories based on a true story. Yes, this is a true story. It's about overcoming adversity. And it's not going to end where everybody's sad and everybody's lost and everybody goes back to their country. No. So I'm not really spoiling anything for you in this. I am telling you, and it should not be a surprise, that yes, they make it. How well they make it? Well, you'll have to see the very end of the film to understand. It goes a little bit beyond what any of them could have dreamed of. And it's, for somebody who has no idea, I really don't care about basketball. I don't care about the NBA draft. If there's something I care less about than the NBA draft, I don't know what it is. It's just that true. But it's still the kind of sports movie, and it's still the same kind of thing where you root for these people, you root for this family, for everything they stand for how they support each other, and the struggles they have to overcome in order to just be treated as human beings, to have a home with each other, to have a life. You root for them, and it can't help but leave you a little misty-eyed at some point. So by the end, yeah, it really sort of towards the end really drags out the suspension. I shouldn't say drags out, but it really builds the suspension of the opportunities that Giannis. Why do I say this? Giannis. It's spelled Giannis, but Giannis. Antetokounmpo. Yeah, I said it now many minutes later without messing it up, I think. So I recommend this. Even if you're not a sports fan, these are the kind of movies that, inspire and lift up and show that people can overcome some pretty horrible situations to do some amazing things. And if you ever wanted, if you know who these guys are, if you follow their teams, that's a bit of a spoiler. If you follow them, well, here's a chance to know their story. So I say check it out. But if you have no interest in sports, honestly, again, you can still enjoy this film. Like me, I enjoy the film. But it's not going to be like one of the things that's going to change your life and you'll be like, I'm going to be a basketball star now. Well, maybe if you're 5 or 10, maybe, yeah. And running from immigration services, definitely. But yeah, you're worth more than what your government or any government perceives you to be. Yeah, let's just say that. Yeah, that's all I can really say about that. Check it out if this is your thing. But until then, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
160.
160. Overshot it. Oh, we got another movie. Man, we're getting a bunch of movies right in a row. And this one has a bit of a cult following. I have not seen this. I did not grow up in the time in which this movie was popular. That was well beyond the target audience. But for many, this is a kind of an important movie, from what I understand. I don't know why I've seen this show up in my Facebook feed every so often. I don't know. I can't even remember why. What a big deal it was, but I'll find out when I watch Holes. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf, I believe, among others. All right, so that's what we're watching tomorrow. Holes on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.